Okay, in this review we're going to be looking at the Laserlight Skeletor figure that came out in the late 80s, and I don't believe it was released in the United States. I think it was just overseas for a short period of time, so he's pretty rare and tough to find complete. So that's what we're going to look at. As you can see, I have two of them, and they both work. And then I have also a laser power HeMan that is incomplete, but I figured I would throw him in there just because he's just as rare as the two Skeletors are, pretty much. So we'll start with the card back. I got this from a guy in I don't remember actually where he was from now. Met him online, and anyways, he had the card back. He had it since he was a kid. Card back's a little rough, but still, I was excited to get this figure with the card back, all original. So it's got some pretty cool artwork on it. Shows laser powered HeMan and Laserlight Skeletor. Shows how the battery goes in. Quick little instructions, and then I think there's a date on there. It says 1988, made in Italy. So anyway, kind of nice to have the card back. So the figure himself, this one here is complete. So he comes with his staff, which is kind of a transparent red, kind of to match his hand that is transparent red also, so you can see the light through it, of course. Comes with his cape, just goes over his head, and then in the back he's got a little battery pack there. It's kind of spring loaded. You just push it down, pop it out like that. Just a AA battery goes in there. Battery compartment was really clean and not corroded at all. So this little brass part right there on the back is hooked to his arm. So when you raise his arm up, it moves that brass, I'm assuming it's brass, it moves that contact back up against the battery compartment that has another contact. So that's the switch that turns on the light. So there's a contact on the battery part itself. So it goes in there, you push it down and pop her into place. So then, get it in focus here. So when you raise that arm up and the contact hits, you got the two eyes and you got the hand that lights up. So when his staff's in his hand, since it's a transparent, part of the staff glows a little bit. Looks better with the lights off, obviously, but that's kind of a cool weapon. And then his cape just kind of fits over his head like that, and then there's a cutout in the back for the battery compartment. So this version of Skeletor is a completely different mold than the other, I think there was 4 other ones that came out. The standard Skeletor, the Dragon Blast Skeletor, and Battle Armor Skeletor, all those guys have the same mold basically with a couple little modifications, but this one has different boots, different legs, different chest, different head. So kind of his own figure in a way. He's pretty cool, and probably my favorite piece that I have so far. So I just got this other one a few days ago, and he's in pretty much the same condition the other one's in. He's really good shape. Not a lot of paint loss. Has the battery pack. Both eyes and hand light up. He did not come with his cape or his weapon, however, so he's not complete, but I got it for such a good deal, I went ahead and got this, and then the HeMan figure came in like a package deal with that other Skeletor, so I didn't really have a choice. I don't have this HeMan in my collection, although I would love to have it complete and working. So he's supposed to have a battery pack. It's like a backpack type thing that goes on his back. And then I'm not sure what goes in the hole actually. I'm assuming it's some kind of a switch, because with him, when you raise one arm, they both go up. So he's the same kind of deal. When you raise his arms, he's usually holding the sword in this hand, and it has a wire going back to the backpack, so then the sword would light up when you raise his hands. But they came out with two versions of this one, I think. One had the standard HeMan head, just like all the rest, and then this one is called the movie version. So kind of supposed to look more like the HeMan from the live action movie than the cartoon. So it's kind of different looking. There's some paint loss on his head. And anyways, his shorts are broken in his crotch area. A couple little pieces broke off. But he has some different boots than the original HeMan. And none of these figures have the spring action waist, so you can turn them, but they just stay in position. That's how both Skeletors are too, so I guess that's just part of those figures. But anyways, so I'm probably going to sell the incomplete Laser Light Skeletor and the incomplete HeMan. Like I said, I got them for a super good deal, so I just picked them up and thought I'd do a quick video with them, and then I'll probably just end up selling them and make a little money back, and hopefully I can get a complete laser power HeMan here in the near future. So that's the laser figures, and yeah, any questions, let me know. Thanks.